Pop people, welcome to Pop Talk, hanya di Pop Active with Johnny White. A special interview today with a musical, I should say, a musical force from Nairobi. Meet Kabeaushé Pops. Hello, Kabeaushé, how you doing?
How's it going, Johnny? That's a good one. I love that one. Pop musical force. I like that one. I'll take it.
All
I'll
right.
take it.
You're welcome to use it anytime. Okay. So right now, Kabeaushé, how are you feeling? And wherever you're at, what's the vibe like right now? Where are you exactly?
So I'm in Berlin. I'm in my apartment, and
Okay.
it's nice and sunny today. The past few days have not been like the sunniest, but for some reason today the sun decided to shine. So I'm feeling pretty good and pretty optimistic and very positive about the day.
Excellent, excellent. So you're
Yeah.
gonna spend some time outside probably soon, yeah?
Hell yeah, hell yeah. When it comes out, you got to do it, man. You got to do it.
All right, sounds good, sounds good. Sounds like a plan. All right, so you
Yeah.
were born in Nairobi, correct?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so your name, Kabeaushé, I've heard in an interview that you said that it could mean anything. But is there
Yeah.
like an English word that is an equivalent to the word Kabeaushé?
So Kabochi it couldn't necessarily mean like it. So Kaboshi is derived from Kaboshi, and it's because that's my actual name. My actual name is Kaboshi, and Kaboshi was my grandfather's name, and then my father's name, and then it was given to me as well. So the name Kaboshi is just like derived from Kaboshi. Just
Kaboshi.
yeah, it's more just it just was given a little European flair, if you may, like a
Yeah,
French flair to just sound, yeah, a
yeah,
little.
it's very ear-catching, I gotta say that. It's very
Exactly,
ear-catching.
exactly. Yeah,
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 okay.
yeah. It's caboche. You know,
Yeah, I get it. We
yeah,
get it. We get it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So I've
yeah,
heard I don't need you so you could tell me if I'm good. Now that
yeah.
song really it like grabs your attention the minute or the few 10 seconds you hear it. Now when you write
Mm.
or make your signature sound, do you have to make it like really intentionally different from everything that's like on the pop charts at the moment? Or is being on some kind of uh, pop chart important to you, or has it been some kind of goal of yours as a musician, of course?
So that's a good question. I don't think about it. I don't think about like, oh, this is a good song for the radio, or this is a good song for this. Like I just make, and how it ends up sounding, it just is just how it ends up sounding.
Right, right, right.
If it does get on the radio, then that's a plus. But
Yep.
I don't think about, I would love to make a song like this that would be perfect for radio, because every time I've tried to do that, then I end up not making anything that's I end up making things that I personally don't think are interesting, or they don't even do the thing that I want them to do. So I found that I'll make the thing that I make, and if it ends up on the radio, then it does. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't bother me anyway.
Cool, cool.
However, I do think it's a great pop songs. Like I do think
Right.
that if you're listening to the, like, I would love to be driving, and then if that song pops on, I'd definitely turn it up. I'd be like, who the hell is this? And
Right,
like,
right.
what is that? What is that? It sounds a little different, and it sounds, yeah, it's got lots of cool elements, lots of classical elements. It doesn't sound like anything else on the radios.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
definitely would be like, oh, this is cool, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
when I hear your music, it's almost like there's no reference for this stuff. Could you name some of your influences then? Musical, that is.
Um, Yeah, I mean it's varied. And you're right. It's like it's very wide. It's for example, when you listen to "I Don't Need You," so you could tell me if I'm good. It's classical music. It's classical music from here. Here, I mean like classical music from Germany. Classical music just in general. And I mean classical music from like back in the day. Um, there's French Baroque music, just because I find it very whimsical and very You know, you could tell a whole story. You can watch a whole film. They used to make film back in the days, in the 20s and 30s and 40s, like silent films, the silent film era. You were just watching an entire film without hearing any words. It just used to be music that would
That's
tell
true.
you
Yeah.
how to feel. Like, this is someone sad, this is someone happy, and that's super inspiring. And so, like this, like the single I Don't Need You, and just the entire album is basically that. There's very little use of words, and there's much more expression in terms of what the instruments are doing and the direction, and how the music just basically leads you up and down, and you know, swerves you around.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard
Yeah.
a lot of musicians say, you know, when they're inspired, it's very easy to create something. And speaking about
Yeah.
film or acting, can you like watch
Yeah.
a play or watch a movie or a film and see that an actor, a theater actor or a film actor, can they like inspire you from their performance?
Yes, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay. Can you name
I
some
mean,
films maybe that have inspired you?
yeah, Stanley Kubrick is a huge one. Wes Anderson is a huge one.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino is a huge one.
Yeah.
Gibril Mambetti is a huge one. Jacques Tati is a huge one. Um, like a film in itself, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, Metropolis, The Testament of Dr. Mabuse, Barry Lyndon, huge one. Wes Anderson, Asteroid City, The Phoenician Scheme. Like, these are all my favorite like things
Yeah.
that I look at, like, as filmmakers. I look at them and think to myself, oh, I want to make something that evokes the same amount of emotion. Barry Lyndon, if you've seen the movie Barry Lyndon by Stanley Kubrick, it's
Yeah.
probably his
Starring
longest one.
Ryan.
Yes,
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. I forgot
yes.
it. Yeah.
It's probably his longest one, but
Yeah.
like, if like just thinking about how he was able to take that character from like, oh, someone that used to live like in a very remote like place in like Great Britain, like a very,
Yeah.
very far away place, and then just slowly made his way around to be able to get to the king and
Yeah.
become this, you know,
Yeah.
someone respectable. And then he messes it all up for some reason, manages to be able to mess it all up, and then it goes back down. And you listen to how the music sounds in the entire thing and how he uses music. Like, I'm a huge fan of how Stanley Kubrick used to be able to use music to like, and classical music specifically, because it used to be classical music.
Yeah.
He uses it so well. So when I'm thinking, when I'm making I Don't Need You, so you could tell me if I'm good, I have the reference point for like French Baroque music, just because I love how the harpsichord sounds. But at the same time, I'm thinking about this character and how I want to make a character that looks
Yeah.
like that, and
Yeah.
kind of goes through the same arch. So when you're hearing that harpsichord, that's me being like, oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's him in his head, like feeling like, oh yeah, he's the
Yeah.
man, he's on top of the world, and everything
Yeah.
is around him is so grand. And when you hear the
Yeah.
horns dropping and the drums, yeah, that's him being like, yeah, everyone love me and
Yeah.
adore me because
Yeah.
I'm the guy. And
Yeah.
and
Because the
yeah,
main character was sort of like scheming his way to the top of royalty, right? And
yes,
even
exactly.
though that was the case, were you always rooting? You can root for the bad guy
Yeah,
sometimes.
you're
And
rooting for him. Yeah,
yeah.
I was rooting for him. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, just don't. And then it's the famous scene where he's with the, you know, the girl of his dreams, and the lady's rich, but he's just like, like squeezing her dry because he has so many loans, and wants to live beyond his
Yeah.
means, and he's buying all these paintings and things like that, and just filling up that castle. But the ladies, you know, and then the famous scene where I think you would call that like a tableau vivant, where they're all just, they like we walk into the room and they're all just sitting down, but the house is like very distraught. Like there's nothing there. It's very run down now. And you're like, guy, how did you get from like, you know, it's like the army, someone who was in the army being made fun of. No one cared about you. You made your way all the way to the top and everyone loved you. And now you're here. And then back to your mother's house, you know?
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. We can talk about movies for hours, right? I mean, but
It's my favorite. We can do it. Just
but
make
because
this
a
all
lot of
about movies and
auteur
I'm with it.
directors and a lot of non-mainstream actors hail their favorite Kubrick film as Barry Lyndon.
Barry Lyndon. Yeah, I love Barry Lyndon. It's definitely my favorite one. I also love um I love when things are not exactly what you think they should be. And I love people that hammer the same idea over and over again, or just try and stretch things as far as possible. Like Wes Anderson is another one for me that he just keeps like going, like how much more particular can I
He has like
do
a
something?
quirky and unique voice.
Exactly.
Not exactly mainstream, but people absolutely know him. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
okay. Now moving along, when I listen to music these days, I'm thankful because a lot of music via streaming has introduced me to a lot of cool music that I wouldn't have known if I had not been a subscriber. But I know that for musicians, streaming has a lot of pros and cons. Is this the same for you, Kabochi?
So I know the pros. So I think I would say I feel the same way. I share the same feelings that you do. I think it's so important. Like it's so cool now that I can go and find music from in the 20s that someone uploaded and it's online and you can be able to stream it for $9.99. It's probably not the best like in terms of economics, but it's so cool that the music is there and you can be able to access it. With YouTube, you can go right now on YouTube and you'll find like Mosfilm, who used to make Soviet films. You can go on there, you can go on their page. They upload all their movies from back in the day. You can watch it. You can watch it for free. It's on their page. You can watch The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. It's on there. You can watch it. All that is streaming. It's very cool that the information is there. In terms of like the economics of it and the cons, sure they're there, but I don't know if this medium wasn't there, if I would have been able to have an interview with you all the way in Jakarta or I don't know if that would have been possible.
Yeah.
If you
And
would have
I
found it.
jokingly tell my friends, hey Johnny, where did you learn to play, that song by Eric Clapton or Michael Jackson? YouTube University, bro, free.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
if I had that when I was like growing up in college in the 90s, that would have been like a great resource, I think kids today, they don't know how lucky they actually are. But speaking about our love of music and your love of music, can you tell us the best concert you've ever seen? If that's too hard, give me top 3.
So the best one of my favorite ones I saw this year was Iggy Pop. I saw Iggy Pop live, and it was so awesome. It was
Does he still
we were
go with
playing at
like Iggy Pop and the Stooges, or is it just Iggy Pop?
No, it was just Iggy Pop, but he played some songs. Like he played "I Want to Be Your Dog." That's what he closed the set with, and I was over the moon. We were playing at the same festival, and it was in Czech Republic. And it was so awesome to see that man at his age still rocking it. And it sounded incredible. It sounded like it's been captured straight from the 70s and brought to life. Everything sounded like in your ear, and it was like a little distorted, and it sounded exactly like the record. It sounded exactly like the record. And
does he still move like a 20-year-old? man?
No. He slowed down a little bit for sure, but
Okay.
but
Yeah.
it's just hearing the music itself was was like really cool. And the cool thing about it is we didn't get to meet Iggy, but we met his drummer and the
Nice.
musicians because we sharing the backstage, and it was so cool to just hang out with him and say, yo, whatever you guys do is so cool, and it's so sick to just see you guys do what you're doing.
Okay.
So
Now
that was
you don't have
definitely
to answer this next one if you don't want to. And I don't
yeah.
want to phrase it like what's the worst concert you've ever seen, but what is the most disappointing concert that you've ever gone to? Maybe because the singer or the band wasn't feeling it, or maybe it was raining or whatever.
That's probably yeah. That's a hard one. That's a
Can I
hard
tell you
one.
mine? Can I tell you mine?
Yeah,
Okay.
please do.
Yeah, because I'm an old school classic rock fan and pop
Okay.
rock fan, and I was a radio DJ for 23 years.
Okay.
Um, I mean, this guy is still my hero, my legend, and he is a lot of inspiration for a lot of guys. But I went to Singapore, flew there and stayed with my brother because he lives there, and I went to his concert, and he was just, I mean, he was 65 by this time, and
Okay.
the songs that he chose was not it, man, and
Yeah.
the merchandise was not good. It was Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton really,
Oh man.
what a
Oh
shame. It's like,
no.
but I don't know. Maybe it was his off night, maybe, but
Yeah.
it
You know what?
happens.
I mean, you do get lots of off nights. Sometimes you get like sometimes it's not, you don't have the best selection, or maybe he's played the song so many times and you're like, I want to play
Yeah,
the
yeah,
this other
yeah,
ones. And
yeah.
I
Kabochi, because it was Valentine's night, bro. And you see all these
oh
ladies dressing up, and they're waiting for like Blue Eyes Blue, uh, Change the World, and all those pop hits that made him like extra famous, right? But he played
yeah,
none of
yeah.
those. It's like, what a shame, what a shame.
And you flew all the way to Singapore for that man.
Exactly. But again, it happens. So maybe if I catch him again next time, he'll have a better
Yeah,
concert for
yeah,
me at
yeah.
least. All right.
Is he still
Now,
playing? Is he still
yeah,
playing?
I was lucky to interview a famous orchestra conductor here in Indonesia, and I
Okay.
asked him, "Must you be able to play a lot of instruments to like lead an orchestra?" And he said, "No, you could lead an orchestra. At least you should be able to play the piano." Okay, now
Yeah,
for you to bring
yeah,
up the goods
yeah.
in pop music, do you need to be like
Yeah.
a multi instrumentalist?
No, so I'm not a multi-instrumentalist, sadly, but I do know my way around like the
Nice.
piano.
Okay.
I have an idea of what to do with the piano. However, I also have someone who's classically trained, like the like who helped with, like, for example, the classical arrangements that you hear in the record. Like, his name is Rui Rodriguez, and he's classically he's on like 98 million. I make fun of him, like he has 98 million PhDs in music because he's done so many. But
Okay.
he's really good, and every time we were working on every single song, and I send him something, and he'd send me back whatever he would send back would be something that would add an extra layer of emotion that I wasn't even
Cool.
thinking about.
Yeah.
And he's coming from a classical perspective, so he would send something back and I'd be like, wow, I didn't even think of capturing that emotion because I'm not even thinking about it that way. And so it was so cool. And it's so cool to have someone like him as a friend, and as, as someone who can
Yeah.
just be like, oh, hey, this is what I'm thinking about it as, or like, this is how I think we can
Yeah.
color
Yeah.
your thing and make it
Yeah.
even much more. We can add a red or a yellow or like a magenta here that would make this note shine even brighter. So yeah,
Yeah. It's always great to
yeah,
have that kind of person on your team. Yeah.
Even the people that I play on stage with, my music, it just is the foundation, and they just come on top and they take whatever is there and like expand it in ways in which I was not thinking about, because my knowledge is only so limited. So it's cool to have people around you that could just be like, hey, and they don't see things the same way as you do, and they don't have the same knowledge as you do. Like when you say that you're a classic rock fan, I'm just getting into like punk music and things like
Nice.
that, like prog rock and things like that.
Right, right.
And for example, like there's people who just are coming from a completely classical background, and when you play them this one thing, they're like, oh wow, I didn't. For them, it's fascinating. For you, it's like, what? This is what the natural, you know, but because they're not thinking of, that's not even what they think about.
Yeah.
So it's quite cool to just have people around you that could think about it from a completely different perspective and give you that.
Yeah.
And you either you choose to use it or not, but at least you have the option of it.
All right. All right. You know, it's been great talking to you, but I'm going to close out with a couple more questions. Okay, Kabochi?
Yeah.
So far in your career, where is the best experience that you had performing? What's your favorite place? And a lot of, you know, excellent songwriters have this problem, or have this stage fright, perhaps, that they could not conquer.
Yeah.
What advice can you give them? You know, so they could be like
I'm
a bit
horrible with
at ease, you know,
advice.
without having to go drink some shots.
Yeah, I'm horrible with advice, man. I don't give none. Good luck. If it works out for you, it works out for you.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
it. But my favorite place to perform is I love playing in Germany, but I also love playing in France. Like every time we play in France, it's a really good time, man. Like they just get it. They just
Because you
get
speak
it.
French as
And
well?
no, I don't speak French,
Oh,
but they like they just
they get it. Yeah, they get it.
yeah, they just be so like they're with it, man. It's so easy to do a quick turnaround in like 2, 3 songs, and everyone's just there with you, and they want to go. Like they want to get on the bike. Come on, let's go. Get in the car. Let's just go. Take us there. So it's always a good time. But every single place that we played, I think is awesome. And that's just me saying that because I don't want to get in trouble with anyone.
No worries. Well, anyway, we hope to see you here in Jakarta very, very soon, and we wish you much success with your career and all your new material.
Thank you so much, and thanks for
You're
taking the
welcome.
time, man, and thanks for the great
My
questions,
pleasure.
and thanks for the chat. It was really, really cool.
Very cool. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Ciao.